Hi, we're looking at the Porsche 986 Boxster again. Little bit of a job today. We're going to take off the side vent on the intake, which is the main air intake into the airbox of the engine. A couple of reasons for doing this really. One of them is, first of all, to remove any debris. You get a collection of dead leaves and bits and pieces that come in through the air intake that get sucked in by the engine as you're driving along. So it's always good to be able to access this to clean it out. I have come across bits of leaf and stuff and bits of stick in there before in the past, bird feathers and that sort of thing that get picked up as you're driving. The other reason we're doing this as well, there's an air intake pipe which goes to the airbox, which is about so long. We're going to remove that today as a permanent fixture to increase the more meaningful note of the engine and make it sound a little bit more boomy. Not undesirable, but just makes it sound a little bit harsher as you're accelerating hard. It gives it that bit of induction roar that makes the car sound a bit beefier. So first step is plain screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, screw in the top here, and we'll take the screw out. Once that's out, you need to take the vent out. It's quite a physical job. It's clipped in, but it's quite hard to remove unless you're quite forceful with it. Now the vent goes in at an angle to the back of the car, so what you need to do is push the vent backwards and then pull the leading edge forward. Now I've already unclipped mine to make it easier to show you how to get it out. So this one comes out. What you'll have, this part, this sleeve in here is attached to the vent. So what will happen is you'll be able to pull the vent forward like so, and then this clip will stay stuck inside. So what you need to do then is, with something from this edge, a flat edge, just push that clip back, and that will enable you to release the sleeve that comes on the back of the vent. As I say, that will be on the vent. So what you then need to do is unclip it from the back of the vent so the two parts are separate, so that when you reassemble it, it's easier to assemble it with the sleeve inside the car and then pop the vent into it. Right, so the next stage of the repair is, if you can bring the camera in here, you can see this mesh in here. There's a big mesh to stop any large items going into the air intake. This is what gets blocked up with the leaves and what have you, and feathers and such. And there's a screw here, which I'm now going to take out to release this vent. Once the screw's out, we're going to very gently push the vent. It's quite flexible, it's not rigid, it's made of a soft plastic, and then we're going to just lift it out the way, like so. That exposes our air intake pipe, our trumpet here, which is the part we're going to remove. I hope that's quite visible there between my two fingers. Now, to get this out, it's quite a fight, but what you need to do is you need to work it up and down, left to right a little bit, and at the same time give it a good tug. And then that's what we're taking out. As you can see, the air intake is quite small this end, quite big this end. So what you're effectively doing is you're allowing more air straight into the airbox, straight into the engine. Some people say there's a better throttle response, but some people just do it for the sound effect because it's much nicer and allows the engine to breathe more freely. So once we've done that, it's a case of reassembling. Vent goes back in, push it right inside the car, and then clip it onto the top and hold it in place with a screw. Do the screw up nice and tight, and then once you've done that, you can pull the net back towards the bottom of the vent just to close off the aperture. Some are easier than others. There we go. Put the retaining ring in for the air vent, putting the clips in. They're self-explanatory, there's 3 clips and they all fit in one place. You can't go wrong. And then once you've done that, the holes on the surround fit these parts on the vent. So the vent will go in, and clip nicely into place. There we go. Now we're going to refit the retaining screw into the top of the panel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my dirty old black screw for a nice clean stainless steel one so that it won't rust and it'll be easier to get out next time. So the vent's back in, everything's in place. Now we'll start the car, see if it makes a difference to the noise.
Action.
Right, we'll put the vent back in. We've removed the intake pipe, so proof of the pudding, of course, is in the roar. So let's see what it sounds like.